Hey everyone, this is Eric with Verse Design, and I am bringing you episode 5 of the Island Retreat Let's Build a House. So right off the bat here, we just start playing around with textures, and I will also tell you right up front that texture we end up using on the wooden part of the house is custom content, and I will link the custom content that I use for this house in the description. I just am really fond of that texture. I really like the grain, I guess, on the wood. So I really want to use that texture. I still may end up switching it, but as of right now, my plan is to use it. But I won't use any more custom content. I'll just use that one piece, and I'll link the description in the description if you feel like downloading it. And yeah, so one idea that I got while I was recording commentary for this previous episode was to do the water feature around the house, so it ties in the backyard and the front, makes it look more like one seamless building. It shares design elements. So that is what we do. We move the water and extend it down the walkway. You can see right here, I'll put these in, and that one level above the pool is the actual level of the house. So there is a whole level separating it. So even though it's one step high, it's only one step high. So you can walk over the pool to the back deck, which I thought was awesome. It ended up really cool. And yeah, it allowed me to extend the pool area downstairs. So the entire downstairs area is surrounded by pool. So the entire master suite is just going to be so luxurious looking, and really this in real life would just be stunning. So yeah, it's going to end up looking really sweet, and I'm really excited about that. And here we are just doing more editing for the master suite. This was one thing I said in the previous episode that I didn't care for, was the entrance from, well, I guess it's not an entrance, but the staircase from the bottom floor to the main floor. And I'm still uncertain. There's a lot of things about the master suite, or about this floor rather, that I'm not certain about. And that ends up like this at the end of the episode. I just kind of leave it, and we focus our energy on other parts of the build for this episode. So yeah, I just end up leaving that in the main floor, and we'll come back to it probably in episode 6 and get stuff done. But as of right now, it's just running really long. This is just going to be a really long series. My first Let's Build series ended at 6 episodes, and we're already on 5, and we haven't barely touched the interior. And the Let's Build after that, my second series, ended at 7 episodes. So this is certainly going to be for longer than either of them, because we just have so much to do still. But I will tell you that in this episode, we basically finished the exterior. It's pretty much done how I want it. We're going to do some texture swapping and stuff. I don't know if I want this wood and white texture on the exterior still. So yeah, we do a little bit of texture swapping, or we will rather later on, but this is the basic shape of the exterior that we end up with. And I really like it. I think it turns out perfect, at least for what I wanted to do. And also, I got a lot of recommendations. That was one thing I wanted to touch on this episode. I got a lot of recommendations, things that I should do, things that I should change, and that is what I love about YouTube. Everyone can comment and toss in their 2 cents, and sometimes it's productive, sometimes it's not, but I mean, it's always appreciated. You took time to comment on my videos, so especially the ones that are serious and they have genuine recommendations for the build. So one of the recommendations that I did was replace some of or the front deck rather. That was one thing that has been so on the fence with people. I get so many, yeah, I love the front deck, I love how you changed it and made it continuous. And then I get people saying that it was better before, and then I get people saying that it wasn't better before, and I don't know. I'm getting people saying all kinds of different things, so I don't really know exactly what to do. So I just took the most popular idea, and that was indeed to extend the main building. And there was just not a lot of living space. There was no room. So a big part of this build right here is devoted to restructuring the main part of the house and just getting it in such a way that would allow me to add full fully enclosed rooms on the back part of the house that's away from the windows, if that makes any sense. Because earlier it was only 8 squares wide, so if I like drew walls, basically it just wasn't flexible. It just wasn't flexible. So I decided to come in with a new design idea, try something a little bit different, but keep the same general shape. And yeah, I'm a fan of how it turned out. I think it turned out really good. It keeps the same, like, it's still the same design and it still feels the same, but it it just gives me more workable space. I was running so low on space, especially with this being such a huge lot. It's a maximum size lot at 64 by 64, so doing something like small on this lot, it doesn't seem like it's doing it justice. So we're going to work on expanding it and making it a little bit bigger. And yeah, this is just the extension we're talking about. We bring some of the foundation over here, so we can go ahead and whatever that, I don't even know if it has a technical name, whatever that like arm extension over the house is called. We're just trying to extend it a little bit further just to make it symmetrical. And of course, it wouldn't be The Sims 3 and it wouldn't be constrained floor elevation if it didn't give me hell while I'm trying to do it. So yeah, I debated even putting this in. I do that a lot, whether I should even put in content like this, but it's part of how I got to the design that I'm at now, and I just feel like there's more people that want to see it than not. More people would want to see a complete video, even if part of it's boring, than an incomplete video where they don't get to see the whole process. So at least that's the feedback I've gotten. So sorry if it's boring, but yeah, this is the extension that we do, and it's probably the most dramatic change in the house that we do in this episode. A lot of it is just getting in windows that I think are like going to be the final solid windows, and just doing some other like small stuff aside from the main dock extension. And one thing that I found is that in doing this dock extension, it makes the space between the two houses a lot larger, and it was already oversized. So before I like extended that part of the house, you saw me extend it towards the white part rather than out towards the camera, because that was one critique I had gotten as well, was that it was too large. So it still ends up like a large dock area. So I end up being able to extend the house in 2 ways, both length and width, and keep the design, but also include a dock built in. It was like an all-in-one. It solved like all of my problems with this build, which is awesome. So yeah, you'll see later, well, not later, just in a few moments actually, we come in and add like a dock area, and it works out so much better. I had this idea to try this since like episode 2 or 3, but I just didn't try it because, as you can tell, it is like not a short process. Like, this has taken me a long time. So yeah, I'm glad I did though, because the outcome is really awesome. Excuse me. Yeah, and here we are just doing some like small things, just readjusting the floor plan that we have, the tentative floor plan anyway. And yeah, that, along with some adjustment to the master suite and the back area, is what we do for this episode. And I really want to do more detailing, because even though the house is minimalist and it's a very simple modern house, there are things that need to be like on point about it, or it's going to look wrong. That's the thing about modern design and simple design, is that if just a little thing is off, just like the smallest thing, you're going to notice it because it's so simple. And so that's what I'm trying to nail down here, is just really get it looking crisp and clean. There are some things that The Sims limits on and I'm not going to be able to change, but yeah, for the most part, I really like the changes that we did in this episode. And yeah, so one thing that I had written on my YouTube channel, that someone had written on my YouTube channel rather, was that they wanted to see this area be on one level. So you don't like step down from the wooden building, walk across the dock, and then step up at the second building. Kind of a specific request. But I mean, we implemented it, and I end up liking it more too. So, it might have been specific, but it was a good request. So, and yeah, anyone have any tips on how to get that one stair on that one square? I can't get it for some reason. I don't know. So yeah, if someone wants to try. Yeah, so here just doing basic adjustment stuff. I didn't want to knock out another square of that dock to move the boat in, so we just use move objects and move it closer. I really don't think it matters. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think like where the boat is really matters because you just like port from the boat up to land. But correct me if I'm wrong. I'll fix it if I need to before I release it. But yeah, just let me know. And here, I just didn't want these 6 squares to be empty space. So we like connect them to the house and to the back porch from the master suite. And it's looking really busy in the entryway to the house. So we may come in and change some of it, but I like that it's all glass. I think it looks cool. Yeah, just trying to see. Oh yeah, just recoloring things, this white texture. I mean, like I said, a lot of this is just like finishing touches because at the end of this episode, we finish the exterior. And I'm really excited in episode 6 to like move forward and really just start doing the interior. I just, when I do one thing for too long, I just get worn out. And I love the exterior of this house. It's one of the best ones I've ever built, but it's just, I'm just ready for it to be over so I can start like doing the interior and just getting this house completed and up for you guys. So yeah, just excited to get in and do the interior. And yeah, just coloring the back deck area off the master suite, this wooden color, that is also downloadable content. That's also custom content, and I'll include the link for that as well. But if I'm not mistaken, those 2 textures, the orange wood and the light wood, are both from the same texture pack. So yeah, like I said, I will link all of that. So if you want to download it, you can. Yeah, and right here we're adding in like pathway for you to walk. I mean, it's always been there, but now we're adding the fence around it. And yeah, just small things to detail the house and make it look more realistic. Like you wouldn't have like no, that's not a grammatically correct sentence. You would have a fence there. Like there would be no openings off the side. Like that is an ocean. Sharks are there. Like put a fence there, obviously. So yeah, and we recolor some of this stuff too, just like basic stuff. I wanted an entrance to the pool from the downstairs master suite, and it gets it right there. And yeah, just recoloring the stairs. I wanted those to be like feature stairs, so they're different from all of the other ones. And yeah, I mean, this is like coming up on, well, not the end of the video, but on the end of the exterior design. Yeah, just adding this hardwood texture, this plank wood where you walk. Just because I think it's appropriate. I mean, you would have hardwood there probably like that. So, yeah. And yeah, just adjusting these stairs right here at the back for this dock. I don't know like what a dock like that would look like. I really just threw together some walls and texture. So, yeah, leave comments and let me know if you think that dock is appropriate for the house. I've been kind of, on the fence about it, but no one said anything. So, I don't know. You could be the first. Let me know if it's terrible. And yeah, we have tons of vegetation on this lot, but one thing we don't have a lot of is trees. So I think I'm going to come back in, edit down some of the vegetation, and add in trees. And I think that'll make a much more realistic look on the exterior. But if I do more exterior, it's going to be very minimal, and I probably won't include it in the video, just because I think a lot of people are probably tired of the exterior. A lot of people probably want me to just finish it and get on with the interior and finish it. So yeah, that's what we'll do in the next video. And yeah, someone in a very like not nice manner asked me to change the boats, and so I do. I changed one of them, but because that person hated the boat so much, we're leaving one of them. And it's gonna stay right there, right in the front. I think he said it's gross. It's a gross boat. So we're leaving it. We're gonna leave the gross boat right there, right in the front. I might even make it an obnoxious color just to annoy him, but So yeah, here we are in like the final minutes of the video. I believe we like come in on the main floor, yeah, right here, and do some editing. That just like fits the boat so much better. It looks like it's a designated spot. And yeah, that's what I mean. It really gave me the best of all the worlds. I extended the main area like by double, probably, if not more, the wooden part of the house. I extended that by like double. I got to include like a boat parking on the inside of the house still, and it's just overall like what I was going for this house is really coming together, and I'm pretty stoked about it. And yeah, this is just like testing, seeing how the frame around these little like peepholes down into the water, how they blend in with a tile of the same texture. Just doing some like little experimenting for when I come in next episode. None of this is really meant to stay past this point. Just doing a little bit of experimenting with textures and stuff. I don't use brown a lot in my houses, so I'm just really experimenting with what like wood textures go together, which ones don't, and so yeah, that's kind of like what the end of this episode is just playing with wood textures on the Master Suite. And so yeah, and I know in the last episode I asked you what I should put in the downstairs Master Suite, and I got a lot of really good recommendations, but now I think I need new ones because the whole thing is surrounded by water. So I don't know if I should put the bedroom downstairs with the master bath, or if the downstairs should just be like a huge, really luxurious bathroom. I don't know. Leave in the comments below and let me know. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to do the whole living and bathing area downstairs for the master suite, but I don't know. I'm open to any suggestions. And yeah, just tossing in some windows, seeing how they look over here. There's no real symmetrical way for me to do these windows on this house because the doors aren't in the middle of the house. They're like off center. So yeah, we end up having to do like a little bit of like asymmetrical work with the windows, but I don't know. I think it looks cool. We may even come back in and do more asymmetrical, so who knows. But yeah, this is going to be the general shape of the house. I like it a lot more than I thought I would. I think it turned out really successful. Yeah, but that's going to do it for me in this episode, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I will try to have the Creative Sim episode, the Creative Family, for this up at the same time as this episode. And I will have episode 6 up for you guys shortly. All right, thanks, guys. Take care.